Hello, I'm Bishop Jeff Haines, Auxiliary Bishop of the Archdiocese of Milwaukee. Welcome to our daily reflection. When my two brothers and I and my sister were making our way through high school and college, occasionally we would become kind of enamored with what we consider to be our growing intellectual prowess. And then we would enter, well, let's say, into lively discussions with my dad. Arguments, I guess. And usually he kind of enjoyed that. He liked to debate and that kind of verbal jousting. He kind of delighted in that. But eventually, if it went on too long, he could lose his patience. And he'd get to the point where he would just shake his head and he would look at us and he'd say, "You know what, you kids, you are on page 1. You are on page 1. And he meant page 1 of the book of life, meaning that he thought we had a lot more lessons to learn. And I share that story today because it's not too different from what Jesus is telling the disciples in our gospel reading. This is from the Good News of John, chapter 16. It's part of a much larger section of John's gospel known as the Farewell Discourse, which actually runs from chapter 14 to 17. And Jesus comes right out and says to disciples, you know, I'm going to be leaving soon and you still have a lot to learn. And you're going to learn it from the Holy Spirit. And this is what he says. I have much more to tell you, but you cannot bear it now. But when he comes, the Spirit of truth, he will guide you to all truth. He will not speak on his own, but he will speak what he hears. And he will declare to you the things that are coming. He will glorify me, because he will take from what is mine and declare it to you. Everything that the Father has is mine. For this reason I told you that he will take from what is mine and declare it to you. So the role of the Holy Spirit then there is teaching, and sometimes he's called a counselor or a teacher. I remember reading as a young priest a book about discernment, turning to the Holy Spirit and doing prayerful decision making in the parish. It was talking about how do you make good decisions with your parish council or your finance council. And the book said that basically what you do is you get your group together, your council, and you have to check your ego at the door. One of the lessons of the Holy Spirit is humility. We cannot learn if we think we already have all the answers. And then you have to really do as much listening as talking and humbly admit that you don't have all the answers, but that the Holy Spirit has placed a bit of the truth, a bit of wisdom in every other member of the council that's gathered around those tables. And if you are humble enough to enter into dialogue and an exchange of ideas and really work it together and also pray, the Spirit will guide you to a decision that will be best for the parish. I was thinking that in light of some of the discussions that are taking place right now in our community regarding how do we deal with the pandemic crisis and how do we reopen our communities after that time of quarantine. There seems to be an awful lot of lively discussion going on, and actually a lot of people who seem to think they have all the answers. But maybe what we need to do is to remember some of the things the Holy Spirit can teach us. And that's a sense of humility, listening instead of just talking, really exchanging ideas, and yes, praying. And praying that the Holy Spirit will guide us to all truth, what is best for the common good. We invite you back for another daily reflection. In the meantime, be safe, stay healthy, and God bless you.